This video is made possible by our loyal Patreon supporters. Visit patreon.com.
Hi, my name is Noel. We'll be working towards headstand today. It's my favorite pose, and it also is really, really helpful for headaches. It's my go-to pose if I'm just feeling kind of groggy or if I'm just having kind of a normal headache. My sister and friends actually reminded me that I always love to teach this posture, and it's one of my personal favorite poses, so I hope it can be yours too. This practice will be really great to help drain the lymphatic system because we'll be getting inversions in and get our feet above our head, and also it allows our blood pressure to reset, which can be really helpful in relieving headache pain by allowing the blood to flow all the way down to the upper body, and then when we come back up, allowing it to flow back down to the feet. This practice today will help you no matter what level you're at, from very beginner, if you've never done an inversion or yoga at all before, I will safely lead you through it so that you have a good grasp on inversions for your future. You'll want to be near a wall and just have your mat ready.
Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. And if you haven't already, follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration.
We'll get started today in child's pose. You can draw the knees together or a little wider. Draw the big toes to touch, and then just allow your belly to hang heavy between the legs. Extend the arms long, reach through the fingertips, and then slowly melt yourself down to the mat. Take a few breaths here just to settle in. Maybe wiggle the hips from side to side. You can roll the forehead across the mat, massaging out the third eye, releasing any tension in the head there as well. Rocking the head from side to side here can be a great way to relieve sinus pressure and just kind of our basic temple headaches. You can find some stillness and start to deepen the breath, low into the belly, all the way up, filling up to the collarbones, and exhaling, pouring the breath out like a glass of water, relaxing a little deeper into your child's pose. Take 2 more rounds of breath just like that on your own. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last full round of breath here. Take a peek forward. And start to draw your hands underneath your shoulders here, coming into a tabletop position. We're just going to warm up the shoulders and the spine, getting ready for the rest of our postures here. Take a moment to spread the fingertips out nice and wide. Turn the eyes of your elbows forward, but take a little micro bend in them to help protect the joints. Draw your vision down and then pull the belly button in towards the spine to elongate all the way from the crown of the head out through your tailbone. From here, you can drop your belly low as you inhale, pull the chest through, cow pose. Exhale, arch the spine, cat. Tuck the belly button and chin underneath you, pull the belly button in. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. And from here, we'll move into dancing lion, which is just a beautiful fluid motion of our cat-cow movement, adding in some nice big hip rolls, some shoulder shrugs, and some nice hip wiggles here, really just allowing the body to move freely, thinking of it as kind of a dance, just to see what feels good in your body, where you need to release bits of tension in areas that we don't often get to. You can allow your eyes to close if it makes you feel more comfortable. I'll just take a few more rounds of breath and movement here. When you feel complete, you can draw your knees back under the hips, readjust and find your tabletop position. Then walk your hands a little closer to the top of the mat, spread the fingertips wide, and try to line up your pointer finger with the edge of your mat. Press down through the palms, curl your toes under, and carefully lift your hips high, finding your downward facing dog. You can start by pedaling out the knees, easing into the hamstrings here. Breathing fully and deeply, allowing the head to rest between the arms. Down dog is a really accessible inversion, still allowing the head to drain. Keep the tailbone high and find a slight tuck of the belly button in towards your spine. One more big inhale. Open mouth exhale. Take an inhale and draw your vision forward towards the top of your mat and start to roll your spine into your high plank position. We'll do a couple rounds of that, inhaling to lift through the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips come high. Inhale, high plank, roll forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, downward dog. Just getting into the shoulders here. Inhale, rise high. Exhale, sink the hips towards the ceiling. Last one here, inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, rock forward, finding your high plank. Keep the elbows in nice and tight. Drop your knees down to the ground and slowly lower all the way onto your belly. You can leave the hands underneath the shoulders, but take the feet out nice and wide to the edge of your mat to make lots of space for your low back here. Walk your hands a little bit below the nipple line, right by the base of your rib cage. Squeeze the elbows back like little cricket wings and squeeze the shoulder blades together, pulling them down and away from the ears. Take an inhale, pull the chest up, press down through the feet and the pubic bone. Draw the vision up, baby cobra. Hold and breathe here. Feeling the stretch through the middle back, feeling the strength of the back as well. Take one more inhale, open the throat. Exhale, roll down. We'll do 2 more times, a little faster here. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, baby cobra. Last one here, hold and breathe. Maybe lift up a little higher, pull the chest through, squeeze the feet down towards the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly roll down. Start to draw the elbows underneath the shoulders here. If you have bony elbows like me, you might want to draw a blanket or just something a little bit more padded underneath your elbows. Take the fingertips spread out wide, and then you can return your feet to the edges of your mat. Start to press down through the forearms and pull the chest through. Broaden the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Press down through the feet and the pubic bone. You might even feel your knees lift up here. And then you can start to draw the vision up, finding a little bend in the neck and the cervical spine and an opening of the throat. Take one more inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin in towards your chest and start to find a nice rocking motion of one ear towards the shoulder and then moving to the other side, slow like you're moving through molasses here. Our neck is a very gentle and very fragile area, so we just want to be really sweet to it and allow it to get warmed up before we move into our headstand. It's a great way to release any tension in the neck that might be flaring up, headaches or tension in the head. Gently come back to center, press down through the palms, inhale, pull the chest through. You can stay right here. You can start to walk your hands towards the top corners of your mat, moving in a little bit closer until you have a deep bend in the elbows, and then press up to seal pose, finding the full strength of our back bend here. Pressing down through the feet and the pubic bone, and then pulling the chest through, lifting up, getting the back nice and warm. One more big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders, come up to a tabletop position, and then come to stand on your knees. So we'll come to standing on our knees, and from the knees up, we'll work to stack the hips directly over the knees. Same deal, moving all the way up to the shoulders, pulling the shoulders in line all the way down, and then draw the head and the vision forward to allow for the crown of the head to also stack in this nice straight line. You can stay right here, or you can start to draw the hands to the low back. We want to have the pinky fingers touching if that's accessible for you, and then squeeze the elbows back, yet again like little cricket wings, so that we can pull the chest through. Now right here is a perfect place to start for our camel pose, but if you'd like to add on and go a little deeper, you can keep squeezing the shoulders and starting to use the hands to press the hips slightly forward. From here, you can draw the vision up towards the ceiling, or maybe all the way back behind you. Once you're here, if you're feeling strong and stable, you can start to lower one hand down to the heel, and then maybe the other. Once you're down here, keep pressing the hips forward, keep puffing up through the chest, and allow your head to hang heavy. Keep the vision straight back behind you. Take 3 full rounds of breath wherever you are. Big breath in, big breath out. When you're ready, slowly start to tuck the chin in towards your chest. Lift one hand up and then the other, coming back to stacking the shoulders over the hips. Take a full round of breath here, releasing any feelings that have come up in our camel pose. And when you're ready, we'll move through another round with just a little bit more movement here, working through that kind of dancing motion again. We'll draw the hand towards our right heel if it's accessible, or you can also place it on your low back. We'll inhale the left hand high and rainbow it over towards the right side of our mat. Take a big inhale, stretch through the side body. Exhale, sweep the left hand around, place it to the other side of your low back or your heel. Inhale, lift the right hand high and rainbow it over towards the left side of your mat. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, rainbow over, reach the opposite hand. Inhale, back the other way. 1 more time here. And then finding your full camel once again. Pressing the hips forward, allowing the head to rock back and pressing the hips forward. Take 1 more big inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin. Slowly come to a seat. Allow the eyes to close and take a moment to just settle here. Recognize that we've let some of the blood drain into our head. You might feel some activity going on in the neck. Feel free to rock one ear over to a shoulder and then the other. You can blink your eyes back open and start to make your way into a child's pose. Take 3 full rounds of breath, allowing your breath and your body to reset. And then we will start to get set up for our headstand. Breathe fully and deeply here into the back body. If you'd like to rest your shoulders, you can start to draw your hands near your heels, coming into nesting egg version of child's pose. If you have your hands around your feet, gently release them forward and start to come back up to a seat. And this is where we'll be moving a little bit closer to the wall, just so we have a little support to work into our headstand here. So we'll start getting set up for headstand now. I did move my mat just a little closer to the wall, so I have some padding underneath my elbows. You want to make sure that you have a couple feet from the wall out, and the mat is about a fist width distance away from the wall here, just for a little measurement. We'll get started in a kneeling position. You can draw your hands to the ground like you're getting set up for child's pose, and then go ahead and wrap your hands around the outsides of your arms and elbows and tighten it up so that you have a nice tight grip here. Press the elbows down where they are and start to extend the hands towards one another. From here, we're going to make a little basket with our hands, pressing the pinkies down to the mat, interlacing the fingers, and leaving it open up top here. This is where the top of our head is going to go. Press down through the forearms. When you feel good here, you can start to rock your head forward, placing the very middle of your head and just allowing the base, just the very tip of your forehead to touch the ground.
You can wrap your pointer fingers and thumbs around the back of your head for a little bit more security. Now right here is the start of our headstand, so you can stop right here. This is a beautiful inversion, still getting all of the same benefits, allowing our lymphatic system to drain, allowing the blood pressure to reset, and a beautiful place for a nice, easy, restorative version of headstand. If you'd like to add on, you can start to curl your toes under like you're getting set up for downward facing dog, and start to lift the hips up into the air. Now from here, you want to make sure that you have lots of weight in your forearms, so you can even press down and lift your top of your head off the ground. You want to keep it nice and light in there to protect the neck. You can start to walk your feet a little closer in. Keep pressing down through the forearms. Keep walking the feet in. And from here, I'll go ahead and get up against the wall so we can show you how to start to get your feet up in the air.
So I have moved to facing the wall so that I can get set up and make sure I can get my feet up with the support of the wall so I'm not scared to fall over. It's a really great starting place for our inversion practice. I'm kneeling just off the edge of my mat. I'll start to walk my hands out like I did before, making sure I can wrap my hands around my elbows and then walk them in just even a little bit closer. Our elbows will tend to spread out once we start to get some weight in them. Place the hands out in front of you and make that little basket. Start to rock the head forward. Make sure you have a comfortable placement of the head. And then you can start to curl the toes under, walking the feet in close, keeping the weight into the forearm. And then you can start to lift one foot, placing it on the wall. And this is where our camel pose from earlier will come in handy because we're working to stack the knees over the hips, over the shoulders here. Keep pressing down through your forearms and allowing the feet to press back against the wall so that we can find some nice alignment in the full body here. If you feel stable here, you can start to lift one foot up, pointing or flexing through the foot, so keeping nice and active in the leg. Keep squeezing the thighs towards one another, and maybe you drop that foot and lift the other one. You can start to lift both feet into the air, playing around with getting away from the wall, working through the wiggles by continuing to press down through the forearms and flexing or pointing through the toes. When you're ready to come down, just place the foot against the wall, carefully release one foot down to the ground, and then the other, lowering into a child's pose, and maybe even wrapping your feet, your hands around your feet. Take a few breaths, settling back into your space. From here, you can start to rock your forehead from side to side, massaging out the forehead and allowing the neck to release. Starting to feel the effects of the blood pressure reset. When you're ready, slowly start to walk yourself back up to a seat. You can come back onto your mat for a little bit more comfort. And allow your head to rest above your heart. Allow the eyes to close. Turn your vision inward to notice the differences here. Start to steady your breath, steady the mind. Remembering to come to this practice from a place of compassion and sweetness for ourselves. Our yoga practice is meant to help take care of us, and that's why these beautiful benefits we try to weave into these poses. From here, blink your eyes open. You can start to take some nice big shoulder shrugs, releasing any little bit of tension that's residual in the shoulders and the neck. And then slowly start to draw the shoulders down and away from the ears, really squeezing the shoulder blades together and finding a puff up of the chest. Gently release the right ear towards the right shoulder. You can add on here by adding a little rocking motion, just from side to side, rocking the ear back and forth from the head of the shoulder to the back of it. Gently draw the chin back towards center. Make your way to the other side. Left ear comes to left shoulder. Gently rock the ear across the top of the shoulder head. Slowly tucking the chin in towards center and just allowing yourself to hang heavy here for a moment. Gently rising the head back up above the shoulders. Allow your hands to come to heart center and your eyes to close once more. Take a full inhale, breathing in compassion and gratitude for your practice. Big exhale out. Thumbs come up to third eye center between the brows. I wish you peace and compassion in your thoughts. Thumbs come to your lips. I wish you peace and compassion in your words. Thumbs come to your heart. I wish you peace and compassion in your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you feel like a headstand or inversion is now part of your daily practice. Feel free to download the Yoga Plus app and get full-length videos and a lot more content from us there.
Introducing Yoga Plus, offering a free series every month with over 300 different videos. Take control of your health. Work out anytime, anywhere. Yoga Plus. Download now for free.